welcome back. It is September 23rd, 923, and we are now just a few days away from a likely major landfall of Hurricane Helene in the Gulf of Mexico, likely Florida. The data is showing that landfall taking place late Thursday night into early Friday morning. That is the worst time to take on a hurricane that is going through rapid intensification. That is the main issue here. As we discussed yesterday, and basically for a week now, if this hurricane shoots this gap between Cancun and Cuba, that right there is going to allow this storm to fuel into a complete monster, with most models showing this thing as a category 3 to 4, with the potential of a 5. This is unbelievable stuff here, my friends. And if you are not prepared for this yet, you are already too late. Alright, and now that we've determined the overall time frame of landfall, which could change give or take 12 hours, we'll know a lot more over the next 24 hours. But most of the main plots have this thing, as I said, going right into the Florida Panhandle, but we need to keep in mind that a lot of different things are going on with the jet stream and other atmospheric conditions. So these spaghetti plots right here are still in play. Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. Just because most of the focus is on Florida right now, you cannot let your guard down in the Gulf. All right, and finally, let's get down here and look at some detail. By shooting the gap, obviously we discussed Cancun, Mexico, and Cuba here. If this storm does make it through that gap, which it's showing right here on the GFS, and the reason we're using the GFS is because it most closely matches the National Hurricane Center's spaghetti plots. And what's even more crazy is we've been calling this for over a week now. In fact, I have a video from 1 week ago showing this storm making a landfall right here in Florida. So this season, we've been pretty dead on with our forecast. Now, as you can see, once that storm does shoot the gap, we're at 978 millibars, and then rapid intensification begins right after it passes the threshold here. We enter the bathwaters of the Gulf, which are still 90 degrees. The exact fuel you need for these types of storms, and you can see right away it goes from 975 to 967 to 953 to 949, and now we're in major hurricane territory. This coming late Thursday, and then as we said, we may see an overnight landfall, the worst period of time where you could have a landfall in the pitch of night with a 944 millibar major hurricane. My friends, this is not something to mess with. Whether this becomes a Cat 1 or a Cat 5, you must plan accordingly. We are literally talking about 13 to 18 feet of storm surge. That is going to be completely devastating for the coastlines. Not to mention, if this thing is a Cat 3, Cat 4, Cat 5, we're talking 120 to 150 mile-an-hour winds. My friends, as always, we'll be covering this storm start to finish. It is time to have a plan for you and your family if you're within these areas of the Gulf. And even after that, places like Georgia, South Carolina, those are also going to be some major issues as we move forward. All right, my friends, I appreciate you all. I'll have more in a little bit. Take care. Bye-bye. Stop right there, my friends. If you have not already, click that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Click all and you will get all notifications from this channel. And trust me, you won't be disappointed.